Working on the new Cascadia today. He's complaining that his Jake brakes are not working. He's having a check engine light come on whenever he does try to engage them. So as you can see, this is no check engine light, and if I pull the lever down, check engine light comes on. So first things first, I'm gonna go to Diagnosing link over here. As we can see, there's currently no active fault codes, but if I do engage the Jake brake, the check engine light comes on, and we have this fault code here. So we're going to open our troubleshooting, inspect harness, as damage found. We're going to start there, and then we're going to measure voltage between pins 1 and 3. Here is the right stalk switch. Here is the connector. Looks like we have no corrosion. It's kind of hard to tell if the pins are spread, but I don't think they are. So next step, grab the meter, go to DC volts. Pin 1 is there, and pin 3 is there. Looks like we have 12.5, which is good. So that checks out. So we would end up going to step 6, where it wants us to disconnect the single SAM activation module. So luckily we have this handy dandy test stalk switch. So all we're gonna do is, for time purposes, plug this in, make sure that the fault code goes away. And it does. So now we're going to engage the Jake brakes, and no check engine light. So we now know that the right stalk switch has failed internally, and it does need to be replaced. And that is it. If you were curious, the single SAM is directly behind this panel here. You end up taking all those side panels off, pulling this out of your way, and the single SAM's mounted straight in there. But just over time, it's just easier to just have a test one. But yeah, so we're gonna put that on there, and then we'll make sure it works. All right, final recap. The fault code we ended up chasing was 521006 FMI 14, referring to the switch stalk lever position. Like I said, disconnect the connector, inspect it for damage. We were good. We measured our voltage. We were good. Normally you would have, like we were talking about that single SAM, which is behind the center console. You would have removed that, checked for, damaged pins, and you would have done some resistance checks. But luckily we had the test one, so we just plugged the test one up. Makes it easier. All right, going back together, simple enough. 2 mounting holes. Already got the bolts in there. Just like so. Cool. Alright, take the plug it in, make sure before we put all the panels back on that it is going to work. Alright, no check engine. Alright, now we're out here on the road. As you can see, we have the active brake assist light that does come on whenever you have Diagnosing link connected. But this customer does have some issues with his adaptive cruise control. I'm gonna have to get that figured out for him as well. But as you can see, his cruise control is working. We engage the Jake brakes, and you can tell they are indeed working, and I do not have a check engine light.